Running a Run Disney race is a ton of fun, but half the battle to getting to the start line is registration day. And I get this question a lot. So here are 5 tips and steps to help you get that race that you are looking for. First step, please. You can go do this right now. As soon as this video is over, go check your account. If you already have an account, you will want to make sure that your address is correct, your phone number, maybe you've had a name change. Any of those options, you want to double check and make sure that is all working and what you want it to be. If you do not have a Disney account, make sure you set that up well in advance. You have a login, you have a password, and it all works. So after you've taken care of that, let's come take a look at the website, because here on the help and support tab is where you go to that manage account to check all of that information. So go ahead, check it there, make those changes, and then you're ready for the registrations that they have listed here on the front page. If you aren't sure which date to be prepared for, they have put out the schedule for all of the weekends, the dates of the races, and the registrations that correspond. Club Run Disney members, they get to register about a week ahead of everybody else. So there's general registration dates listed, which is really people like myself, the general public. They will want to focus on the general registration date. That is what you want to be prepared for. So go ahead, mark whatever date that you need on your calendar. I also suggest probably clearing your schedule, making sure you don't have appointments, maybe schedule your lunch break from work during that time. Registration can be as quick as 10 minutes, and some registration days have taken me up to 2 hours. So that gives you a decent idea of the process. So step number 2, you will want to log in at least 10 minutes early. Go to that Run Disney website, make sure you are prepared, make sure your login is working, your password, and double check your devices are all prepared. Is your batteries all full on your laptop, on your phone, anything that you might be using. That way you're ready to go and you're settled a few minutes early. So with that, now that you're seated, you're early, you're ready to go, I like tip number 3. So across social media, you'll see lots of Run Disney people will want to tell you you need 6 devices, you need 10 devices, all sorts of wild statements about what to do here. I suggest you only need 2 devices. And why I do this, I use a laptop. I like to use the desktop. I find it's helpful to me. Sometimes I use Edge. Sometimes I use a Chrome browser. In my experience, this may just be coincidence, I feel like the Edge browser on the different devices of laptops that I've used over time, I feel like Edge tends to get a better place in the line queue, but that might just be my coincidence. So a lot of times I use a laptop, but I also use a phone as well as a good alternative to a backup. And why I do this is not just to try to get a better place in the virtual line, but if something happens to one device or another, I know that I already have another one waiting in case I have an issue with the alternative device that gets the better line. You don't need 5 of them, you don't need 10, just 2. So now that we've got our 2 different devices, you're ready to log in. You are getting your place in line. Now, Run Disney can have technical issues just like everybody else. They are usually very prompt, which is why you're logging in early. But they occasionally have started the virtual queue and the registration process, sometimes just a few minutes late, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. It has happened if that happens, tip number 4 here, do not panic, do not stress. When you get your place in line, it will automatically, some people are very blessed and get registered within a few minutes, and others say more than an hour, and you could wait more than an hour. There are times where I've waited up to 2 hours. Do not panic, do not stress, because there are usually so many people trying to put extra devices. Your line tends to go a lot quicker than what it states on the page. As soon as things get moving, because people drop out with devices and such. So do not stress. Now, it is your turn. So let's go to the website here. And I want to be able to show you when you get to an event. Let's pick the Halloween half marathon here. And when it's your turn to register, it will pop up this page, which gives you participant information, and you have all of the choices that you can choose from, whether it be the challenges, the half marathon, the 10K, the 5K, all sorts of options when it comes time. And down here, you'll see, are you registering yourself? Are you registering someone else? Start with yourself and then move along to add whomever you need. But you want to register as fast as possible. So once it gives you these options here, you want to follow tip number 5. There's a couple ways that you can register as fast as possible. Do not worry about submitting any kind of elite time proofs of time. You can do that after the registration process. Also, skip out on trying to figure out what merchandise you want. You can order that after the registration process as well. The one thing you don't want to happen is you have something in your cart and you're too busy looking at adding these things or taking time away. You want to be able to get the race you want, purchase it, and confirm it. That way you do not miss out. You can always go back for some of those things. You do need to select a few of the required questions, which are, what shirt size you want, that sort of thing. But skip those 2 items, just register as fast as possible, get it in your cart, pay. Also, another tip, have your form of payment ready to go. Do not fumble through your wallet, your purse, run downstairs, make sure it's ready and by the computer so that you can type it in. All of those things are really, really important. So those are my 5 tips. I'm going to give you one last bonus tip. If you miss out, if there's something you really wanted, don't forget there are many charities that you can check once registration is over that are wonderful partners of Run Disney, so you can check those charities. And so with that, I hope that you get the race that you're looking for. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, make sure you hit the subscribe, and follow us for tons of Run Disney content. We'll see you real soon.